the green light is on him.
Yeah.
Like you said, the red lights, they have sex, whatever. They talking about what they're gonna do with the money and all of this, and they got the master plan. He breaks down the whole plan on how they do the guns, the operations, and he has it all on a hard drive.
Yeah.
And then the red lights come through the window. On the girl, she could have got popped, but nah, he took the bullets for her. Then she grabbed the money and stuff and ran out the window.
Yeah, that was his. I don't know. That was his like little piece or whatever, bro. Like I would have saw them diets and I'd have been just like, baby, stay still. Then I would have made my way out of it. How you gonna take the bullet for a girl you beating, bro? That don't make sense to me, man. Make it make sense. You don't love that girl, man.
Baby, stay still is ridiculous,
man. Now you're trying to be a captain. Now you're trying to save the life.
Maybe
man, you didn't beat her down. I like she had smashed somebody the next day. She didn't care about you, bro.
Baby, stay still is ridiculous.
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. And we back, and we back, and we back. Hey, y'all.
What up?
We're back with another one.
Black on Black, Tubi Prime.
Yep, back with another two. Another two. This one is Everything is Both, starring what's his name? What's
Jason Mitchell?
What's the girl's name?
The girl's name was Stakia Lynn Washington, or Stakia. Or Stakia. And then the dude from The Chi, Barton Fitzpatrick, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
They two guys from The Chi in this one.
Right. Two ex-Chi actors.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it out the way. That beard was
they came out there like, hey, what's up, girl?
You know, you look, you like, I know that.
Get out my car.
You know, you look at somebody and be like, I know that ain't. And as soon as he started talking, I was like, man.
Why they do that? Why they do that?
They do that, but
yeah.
I feel like that's part of the cheat code, you know, the Tubi cheat code, or not even just the Tubi cheat code, like the low budget black film cheat code.
But
put some on them neck. Huh?
Perfect, dude. I was doing in my car. Get out.
Hey, that's real life what it looked like, though. That's hilarious. That's exactly what it looked like, though.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I first saw it, I was just like, I know Jason Mitchell in the movie, but that's not him.
That's what I said. I said, you know, when you first see something, you like, I know that ain't. And as soon as I start talking, I'm like, man, get out of here.
I was like, that's not bro.
But that's the low budget black film cheat code. Like, give them something to talk about so they can come see what you're talking about.
Absolutely. You know, it's like I saw him in Straight Outta Compton. I was just like, he got facial hair like me. It's just like very faint. You know what I mean? Mustache barely coming in. You know what I mean? It's just, if I was light, you'd probably see it, but I'm dark, so you can't see it. You got to get up on me like, oh, he a grown man. So I'm like, I
thought his face was butt naked until I walked up on him.
Exactly. But this fool, he don't come out with the fresh beard though. I'm like, that's what we doing.
That was crisp too, crisp and shiny. I was like, this is hilarious.
And and they had the nerve to have a scene about him having the ingrown hair. I'm like, y'all don't get the hell out of here. Like, if y'all don't stop drawing attention to this. Like, man had a Sharpie on his beard. Y'all gonna say, "Let me get that ingrown hair out." I'm like, y'all drawing.
He was picking at it like, she like, what's wrong? Nothing. No.
He had black stuff on his hands. Sit on your hand. Shut up.
But now that the beard's out the way, the movie. Shout out to Jaquavius though, because I know who that is. He's him and his wife Ashley Antoinette. They
write them crazy books, right?
They write them good books. They got one of my favorite book series called I said my favorite, don't know the title. It's called the start with a C, man. Crippin'. I want to say it. No, it ain't Crippin'. Crippin'. The Cartel.
Okay, you know who I thought dude was? Is this other dude? I don't think this is the guy, but they got like similar names. It's another guy that make these wild books, like I Slept with Your Granddaddy or something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's a dude like his name is like Quavius or something like that. But it's like the books are like out of pocket. Like if you see him, they like I had an affair with your granddaddy's boyfriend or something like that. It's just real out of pocket. I'm gonna post it up when we do the video so people can see the title and the poster.
Wow,
crazy!
I don't know what I don't know what.
It's wild, dude.
That's ridiculous. But they write a lot of in the same thing I do. That's the same genre, urban fiction.
Mm-hmm.
They write some good books. So they're making a movie that's kind of inspiring to me. That was dope.
See, his name is Quan Mills.
Oh, yeah, everybody know Quan.
Okay, that's the guy I'm talking about.
My wife read all the Quan books.
It's like, yeah, your I can't even say the title because it's got curse words in it.
Wow, they put it in the title?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not really a curse word. It's just like Her Coochie Stank. That's the title of the book. You can't even see it because it's the green screen, but it's a real bad book, like titles. I never read any of them, but the titles are wild. But anyway. Yeah, man, moving up.
Wow.
The audience for everything, bro. I'm telling you, it's the audience for everything.
No, my wife be on them books though for years though.
And like Goosebump books for adults.
For Black women.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So this movie starts off, this light-skinned dude, we don't really know who he is, but you see him picking up money from a drop, which is confusing because they're not in the drug game, right?
We're not in the drug game.
The whole operation has nothing to do with drugs.
No. It has something to do with 3D printed guns.
Right. So the way the movie starts off is kind of like, why? Because dude walks up to the house. It looked like a trap house. He bang on the wall. They drop a bag of money down to him,
mm-hmm.
and he pulls off. But it's like the way they did it was so sophisticated. I don't think they would have to drop cash like that.
Right. It has something to do with like their operation was almost like DoorDash. This is like they would have the pieces of the 3D printed gun, like, you know, they're just not put together, but once you put it together, it's pretty much a weapon. You know what I mean? Like you can have a gun. So that was their whole operation. It's just DoorDash. You act like you ordering a food, but it's really like, you know, code for a weapon, and then send it to your house. You pick it up, put it together. That was their operation.
Right, which is dope. But I just didn't see where the cash played a part.
I mean, you know, they gotta make it clear that they making money out here in these streets.
Got you.
You know, that's all that was.
Okay, it was still sophisticated, too sophisticated to be dropping cash out a window. But so he goes he goes to his girl's house. They plot and they escape. If you're gonna steal from a big boss dude, if you're gonna steal from a mafia boss, like he has control over everything, he can have you killed. Stop kicking and planning your escape. When it's time to go, it's time to go. If you got everything you came for, don't be like, okay, let's have some sex, smoke some weed. We're going to take a nap. We're going to leave by tomorrow. Leave now.
Stop kicking it at the crib. Everybody know you live there, bro. She in the window.
You're not low. He like when we gonna be long gone by the time they find out. You think this man don't know what's going on?
Why the window open? It's nighttime.
It's hot in there.
Right? If you'll close the blinds.
Leave. Hey, everybody out there, you know that song "Run Off on the Plug." Who that applies? Mm-hmm. If you're gonna run off on the plug, do it now. Don't kick it. Don't be like, let me go over here and tie up solutions. No, you leave now. Mm-hmm. You've made that decision. Get on. He's coming for you.
I gotta take a nap first.
You gotta have some sex.
Right.
With the woman I'm leaving with. If you don't drive off and pull on the side of the road somewhere, you don't need to be kicking it there no more. Get on.
Yeah. As soon as he was just like, forget Scar, I'm doing my own thing. I'm like, yeah, he's about to die.
You dead.
He's out there. He's out there. I was like, this story is not about him. Like I can tell. I like,
this is your exit scene.
I was like, okay, I haven't seen Jason Mitchell yet. I don't think this is the guy. I was waiting for bullets to come through the window, honestly. When I saw the red dot, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go. I thought they was both gonna get popped, honestly.
I did too, because I didn't know who the story was gonna be about. I didn't know the girl was gonna be the main character. I was just like, yeah, they're gonna tear these guys up, and then the title's gonna come in.
Yeah. So the green light is on him. Yeah. Like you said, the red lights, they have sex, whatever. They're talking about what they're going to do with the money and all of this. And they got the master plan. He breaks down the whole plan on how they do the guns, the operations, and he has it all on a hard drive.
Yeah.
And then the red lights come through the window. On the girl, she could have got popped. But nah, he took the bullets for her. She grabbed the money and stuff and ran out the window.
Yeah, that was his, I don't know, that was his, like, little piece or whatever, bro. Like, I would have saw them diets and I'd have been just like, baby, stay still. Then I would have made my way out of it. How you gonna take the bullet for a girl you beating, bro? That don't make sense to me, man. Make it make sense. You don't love that girl, man.
Baby, stay still is ridiculous,
man. Now you're trying to be a captain. Now you're trying to save a life.
Maybe man,
you done beat her down. I like she had smashed somebody the next day. She didn't care about you, bro.
Baby, stay still is ridiculous.
Super. I got my zip drive and been on the 5.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of that, she jumped out the window. She jumped in her car. She drove to because she was mad at him because I guess they had plane tickets, but he now he nervous. Like, no, we can't go to the airport where I got us bus tickets. So she's running. She has a bag full of money, $80,000 in this zip drive. She jumps in her car to drive to the bus station and asks, can she get a ticket because she don't got her ticket.
Right.
And the lady's like, no. And then she was like, let me put this money in the toilet seat. Go get that. Then give me the ticket. And the lady was like, sure. It was a white lady. Like, she would have they go to break something. They gotta get that money. If you got $80,000 in the bag, just keep driving.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
You already in the car. Just
she stopped at the bus station.
Keep driving.
Mm-hmm.
And because Timbaland and Timbaland and J.O. Felony is on you. Timbaland and J.O. Felony is everywhere she is because they didn't toss the apartment. They found the bus tickets. They're like, oh.
Don't you hate how small movies try to make cities look? Like, it's just like, I mean, they had a tracker in the back, granted, right? But it's like in some movies when they don't, it's just like you just catch them somewhere. Just like, you telling me you couldn't hide nowhere in the city for like 24 hours without nobody catching you? It was crazy. It don't make sense.
They ain't thinking that, man.
You know how big Oakland is for you to get caught somewhere?
Yeah.
It was like, no, like, oh yeah, I found you. It was obvious where you was gonna be. What?
And they only found it. They was in there. They only found her because what she bumped into somebody, right?
Yeah. But she didn't do was move. Then just like you said, dude turned around. He was like, there she go.
So all this is going on. Jason Mitchell was sitting out in the parking lot of the bus station.
Waiting on a drug deal, he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was waiting on a drug deal. She's trying to get in everybody's car. I don't know what happened to her car keys, but she's trying to get in everybody's car. His door happened to be unlocked because he was using the bathroom.
Oh, she climbed through the window.
Oh yeah. She climbed through the window.
Yeah.
He gets back in the car. He hears her, but he's like thinking like, cause she like, please. He like, no, get out the car. Mm-hmm. Which in hindsight don't make sense.
What you saying, bro? What are you talking about? Hey. I think I got an ingrown.
In hindsight, knowing the way this movie ended, that situation doesn't make sense. But no, it does make sense now that I think about it. I got you. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that. Mm-hmm. You made some nice audible. We're gonna take care of that though. I figured it out. I figured out why. Man, sit up straight, man. Stop looking like sit up straight, man. Stop playing. So she convinces him like just drive off. He does it. While he's driving, he sees Timberland jail felony, and they kind of make eye contact, but they look like, no, man, go ahead. So it not knowing the ending, you think like he's getting away smooth, but they kind of looking at him like suspicious, but they ain't tripping. He drives to some abandoned parking lot, and then she gives him the whole breakdown. What do you think, she actually was a prostitute, or she was just talking crazy?
I think she was his. I think he was the pimp and she was the hoe.
You think so?
It was his bottom joint though, so that's why they stayed together.
Okay, because he kept saying, "Where's your family? I know you got family. You got somebody." She's like, "Nah, I don't got nobody." So she agreed. She cuts a deal with him. I'll give you half of this 80,000. All you gotta do is drive me to Florida.
Wouldn't you have wanted that 40 at that moment? Like I was like, give me the 40 now. Like put it in my glove. Like I don't trust you that you ain't gonna just jump out my car as soon as I take you somewhere. I don't know you, man.
No, yeah, in a regular situation, but once again, in hindsight, we know what his plan was.
Oh, absolutely. But like, if everything was like for real, I'd have been like, "Yo, let me get my 40 right now. I'm gonna drop it off at my house, and then I'll take you. I'm not taking you nowhere with $80,000. I don't know you like that, man."
I mean, yeah, it works both. Everything is both. It works both ways. Get
out of here, man.
So he agrees. He agrees to do it. He agrees to take her in the money to Florida. We get the adventure where, of course, this is the adventure stuff. They fall in love because they spend so much time together.
You know why I trust you? Because you got that Bible on the dash. My mama told me, if you're going to do whatever you're going to do, make sure you got Jesus with you.
And he stays prayed up.
Mm-hmm. That's why God didn't give him a beard.
Had a beard, man. So they driving, like I said, it's their adventures. They stop at a hotel. This is the shice. If Red Flags was a person,
yeah,
it's this extra nice light-skinned lady helping you by the pool, giving you towels you didn't ask for.
I mean, apparently they were still kind of like, you know how they were like, "Oh, I'm off the grid," but it's like, ain't no strip club off the grid. It's like that's probably in a main area because it's like it's the hotel and then it's a strip club right across the street.
No, I wasn't across the street.
Next to a bar, next to a skating ring.
No, that's you think about 3 different locations. So they was together. The bar / restaurant was up the street.
Oh, okay.
And next door to that was the skating rink. Dude was shiesty too. But I think he must be like a real older. I think that's a real place.
I was getting mad because his voice was off. Like they did voiceovers.
With that dude, right? With the I've been holding this for it's been my family 54 years.
Oh. You want to see something?
I'd rather show you than tell you.
Yeah. It's like they're in there running from the law skating.
They ain't running from
not
the law.
I'm not the law, but they're running from people skating.
They running from Timberland and jail felony.
They're running from Scar. He got locations everywhere. I wouldn't have trusted nobody, bro. I wouldn't have trusted the lady that's serving my food. They all hood. I was like, yo, y'all know the bro. Like he got connections everywhere. We in here skating, holding hands, playing air hockey.
But he knows the get down. You know what made me mad about Scar? I wish they didn't show that boxing thing.
That was stupid.
He was up there like Pookie from New Jack City. Hold the bag. I'm like, if you punch me, I'm taking off.
Dude is the skinniest dude ever. I was just like, y'all telling me y'all scared of this dude and what's it called, Rotimi behind him? I was just like, dude, who had the fade, bro? Like, you ain't gonna just punch me in my face. Like, I ain't do nothing.
I'm saying, why to make him punch him? I'd be like, Rotimi, hit dude. Like,
exactly.
He's not punching me and knocking me down.
He was just like, you know, I got a friend named Bobo, and he brought Bobo out. I was just like, bro, who wrote that?
I didn't. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
He said
he played good at being venomous, but
dude came over. Come here, Bobo.
He played good at being venomous for sure, but just don't make him do physical things. He'd have been better off just calling the shots.
That whole dialogue part of the movie. That's why I said, like, just not to cut you off or whatever, but this movie, like the burn was just really slow, right? And I was locked in, and this is like because they did a really good job of building like the suspense up. You know what I mean? It's like I knew something was gonna happen. Like I feel like something's gonna happen. Like,
right.
I mean, this movie is a short movie, so it's just building.
Right.
Building.
It's a setup for a part. Like I said when they do urban fiction. So in urban fiction, if you know you're gonna do a series, that first book is gonna be a setup. You trying to develop everything. Because now it's like when I drop part 2, you're gonna have to see it because you need to, like you said, we built all this up now. Now we got to go see what's going on. What's gonna happen next?
Don't do that to me, man.
Hey man, it's good.
Listen, this movie would have been great if it would have ended on time, and it still could have had a part 2.
You said ended on time?
Yes.
What you mean?
It didn't end on time. It added extras.
What you talking about?
So, are we talking about the ending?
We can.
Okay, so when we find out, who Jason Mitchell really is, right? You know what I mean? Like that whole menu thing was genius, right? Like she's looking at the menu, she was like, liver and tomatoes, you know what I mean? And he was just
wait, before you said that, you didn't see it in the beginning?
No, I did. That's what I'm telling you. Like that whole setup was genius. Like when she saw liver and tomatoes on the menu, like
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Jason Mitchell setup. Like so this is where I caught that Jason Mitchell was part of it. And I didn't confirm it until like you said, to the menu part, but I caught it when Timberland jail felon was talking, and it was like, we gotta hurry up and catch them. And it was like, dude was like, split it 3 ways. He said, no, split it 2. So I'm like, oh,
I remember that part. That part.
So I'm like, oh, Jason Mitchell was part of that, but they ain't gonna say it.
I thought he meant with Scar.
No, that's why he said split it 3 ways. They was going after the drive too.
Okay. Yeah.
So they was all 3 part. They all 3 have plotted on this. This is why, like, when they said that, I was like, that's why they didn't question him when he drove off. When they looked at the car, they was just like, oh, like let him go. So it's like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said, so the whole time I knew Jason Mitchell was a part of it, just because I was like, this is a movie. Like there's no way like this dude is this nice and taking her everywhere. I was like, something's not right. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I know this movie's not going to end with just both of them getting caught up and him saving her or saving her life at the end or something like that. I was like, it's not that type of movie.
Right.
I mean, especially when he went to meet what's it called? Old girl, his auntie. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, like something ain't right. Like I know she's shiesty.
Yeah.
Something ain't right with her. You know what I mean? Because I was like, why is that a part of the movie? First of all, you know what I mean? Like he takes this drive and she just automatically knows what to do with it. Like she got connections everywhere. They spreading the word. I was like, if anything, if you got that type of stuff, you got to keep that low. Because it's like if you have that type of information, that valuable information, and you start spreading it through text messages everywhere, like, oh yeah, I was like, you bound to get caught up somewhat. Somebody knows somebody. And I was like, something ain't right here. You know what I mean? It don't make sense. Even though you find out that, he don't know about, like he's not trying to give him the drive. Like he wants to keep the drive for himself.
Right.
That's the weird part. That's what kind of threw me off too. I'm just like, okay, like, so that's why I got mad. That's why I was just like, oh, so he is with him, but he's not with him because he's trying to keep the drive and trying to save her at the same time. Like I didn't like that part.
Right.
I felt like if you're gonna be a part of that whole operation, I feel like that should have ended the movie. Like, okay, like I'm a part of this operation. We got the zip drive, all of that. Like that's all us, but it went too far. It went to like now he's trying to save her and keep the zip drive for himself.
I think the plan was for him, Timbaland, jail felony, all three of them plan to, because Scar's like that. He's like the mob boss don't nobody like. He's like, you remember Four Brothers, how they had the mob boss, nobody really like. He just dogs y'all because he's in charge.
Victor Sweet.
Yeah. So nobody likes him for real. You could tell. So their plan was to take his operation and we're gonna figure out a way to do it. But Jason Mitchell knew his auntie had power too. His auntie runs wherever they at, she runs it.
Yeah,
so
Ohio. That was Ohio.
I don't even know I forgot where he drove to, but she runs it.
Florida. It was Florida.
Yeah. So she got the power to make stuff happen. No, they weren't in Florida because that's when she was shocked when she was like, "What are we doing in Florida?"
She said Atlanta. She was like, "What are we doing in Atlanta?"
Oh, okay. Yeah. But their plan was to work together, but he had another plan. Like, I'd rather just go and work with my auntie. He didn't plan on falling in love with the girl.
Sure.
But he did, and the auntie saw that. So that's why so the auntie knew about the plan he was gonna set up. Like he knew because the auntie liked her. She was like, she's a good woman. Like you take care of that woman. And that's what they did the thing at the table, like everything is both. Like
there's no way that would have worked out in any other situation, bro. Like, so
what you mean?
So pretty much he took this girl, like, so when all that happened, right? He was like, yo, you shouldn't have got in my car. You know what I mean? He grabs her or whatever, and they take her away. So he knows he wants to save her still.
Yeah.
In the back of his mind. So it's like, why would you even let them take her in the first place, bro? That doesn't make sense.
You got to look like you're part of it.
But what? What you mean?
So what he did, he looks like he's still down with Scar.
Okay.
That's it. Like this. So he had to play the role. He had to slap her. He had to act like he killed her. It's all part of acting like I'm still down with y'all, so you don't come after me.
Bro, you know how dangerous it would be for you to still go through that, even though you're trying to steal bro's drive. She already know that you got the drive. So what if she would have went in there and just started talking before? Well,
that's why he slapped her.
Jason, he wasn't even there first. Like, they had her already captive. Like, she would have been just there.
No, he was standing right there when she woke up.
But they already had her though. Like, they had her and he walked in.
No, he was standing there. He walked up. He was standing there the whole time. Is Scar sitting down, I think, and then Timbaland jail felony, and he's there, but he's like off to the back.
You know how dangerous that was, man, for him to do that. Why he just didn't tell the girl, like, look, this is what we doing?
Because she would have been. So you think she would have sat through all of that? Knowing
no, I think
the plan.
I think that as soon as you took the tape off and asked what a drive is, it was a pause, and it would be like, yo, we had the drive. He gave it to his auntie hella quick, but she was just like, I don't know where it's at. Pretty got the drive.
That's what she said. That's his auntie.
They had the drive first, and she already think that dude is she doesn't know that he's like trying to help or trying to save her. I would have said everything that we just did. I'd been like, yo, Pretty got the drive. It's in Florida right now. This is the address. She gonna pause and like, I don't know where the drive is at.
Because she don't know where it's at.
Dude, she knows she had the drive.
She knows
She act like she didn't have the drive. Like, so
she had it.
Who's her loyalty to at this point to where she can't just say what just happened? He said, "Where is my drive?"
She had the drive. She gave it to Jason Mitchell. Jason Mitchell gave it to Pretty. She printed out everything. Now we don't. The drive is in limbo. We don't know who got it. I'm assuming he got it still. The shit is.
He did give the drive to Pretty, but at the same time, she knows that they have the drive, and she didn't. She said Pretty got it, and she didn't tell them right away. Especially when he was just like, "Where's my drive?" I'd have been like, "Yo, Pretty has the drive is here." He was just like, I don't know where the drive is at." And this fool goes outside and pretends to shoot her in the trunk, knowing that could get him killed. Like, she's the only one to know where the drive is at. He throws her in the trunk, gives her 3 bullets, and dude was just like, "How am I supposed to get my drive now?" Dude is already ruthless. He would have killed bro.
Dude is ruthless but desperate.
He would have killed bro for doing that.
He was desperate.
He was like, "That's the only person I know where my drive is at, bro." And you just killed her.
But that's okay. So killing him does what? It don't get you your drive back.
How did he know he had the drive? He don't know what nothing is.
He don't. But
I'm gonna find it.
Because he said I've been with this girl this whole time. I've been with her this whole time. So that's your other link. That's it.
That was a horrible plan, bro. That's all I'm saying. It was just a really bad plan. If you was gonna do it, let the girl know so she'll shut up.
Nah.
How did she know to be quiet when he shot the bullets in the car?
That I don't know.
If somebody shoot the bullets out, I'm still screaming. I was like, yeah. She just quiet, like. And then you find out at the end, he screamed in her ear. I mean, whisper, everything is both. Like, what's that supposed to mean, bro? Like, you told me that earlier.
Okay, well, now you just answered your own question, though, man. Stop doing that. Because you just said, why was she quiet when he shot? You saw he whispered in her ear, so she knew she was part of the plan now.
But look how she reacted when he took her out the trunk. She didn't even know what was going on still. She's scratching and kicking at him like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why you trying
because of everything that led up to that, man.
Man, please. How you know how to be quiet then, but when I take you out the trunk, you're trying to hit me. So you know what's up.
Because she's still in a panic.
That's crazy. That didn't make sense.
It do.
That even makes sense.
It does.
To me, if somebody whisper everything is both to me, I'm not thinking about nothing else. Like, what is bro talking about right now? Why?
So if he didn't do that, if he didn't run up, slap her, grab her, and whisper that, she thought she was gonna die. But for the fact that you picking me up and getting me out of here, I'm not gonna die.
I'm not listening. So I'm not gonna do this. When I first saw the movie, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was watching all the way over to the end. I was just like, this is a good movie. It's a good build-up, a good, good slow burn movie, right?
Yeah.
Leading up to a point. And I feel like they could have stopped it when she saw Liver and Tomatoes and they took her away and he's crying. Like, that's real emotion, everything. Like, oh man, like he didn't really want this to happen, but he's a part of it. He fell in love with her in the movie, bro.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
And then you can still do a part 2.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. That could have been the end of the movie, and you didn't even need a part 2. That could have just been That could have been
a cold movie.
That would have been ruthless.
Yeah.
But for the fact that they have an idea for a part 2, the way they built it up to the ending to be a part 2 is good. Because now it's like, where do they go from here?
No, I'm not even interested, bro.
I am, no.
Because it's like the way that it all happened, dude. Like, this dude is supposed to be like the most ruthless dude ever. You know what I mean? He's asking way too many questions. He's putting trust into this guy that just shot the only person to know where the zip drive is. She said something before he shot her. It looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, bro, something ain't right, man.
He's desperate, though.
Sure.
When you desperate, it's like all you think the whole time he's just thinking about that zip drive. He like, I don't care about the money, give me that zip drive. This is like his meat and potatoes. Like, somebody get that zip drive. My operation is basically over.
Dude, I'd have been like, yo, the zip drive is here. we was in Florida, the zip drive is here. He slapped her in the face and then take her out without covering her mouth. I would have still been screaming. Like, he took her all the way outside. I've been like, the zip drive is that pretty.
He slapped her
over here.
He slapped her, then he whispered in her ear.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean, man? Everything is both.
Even if you don't know what it means, the fact that he whispered in your ear and they had that connection, it's like, that's enough for you to be like, what the like, oh, you gotta cut that. My bad. I didn't mean to cuss. You gotta it's like that lets you know to just chill out. Something else is going on.
Dude. All right, this will never probably happen to you, right? But say if you was in a friendship, dude, and you realize that your friend he did some foul stuff to you. You know what I mean? Like he did something, like you thought he was your dog, and he did something to get you caught up. Now you know they whoever the bad guys were, they got you. You know
that's not gonna work because friend and feel like a companion is different. It would have to be my wife. Did some kind of double cross.
Okay, it's your wife. She set you up, and you just like you don't know what's going on. You just know that you're in a situation like you've been trying to run from these people so long, and she put you in a position where you're in front of those people now, and then she whispered in your ear, "Everything is both."
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought, like, what is that supposed to mean? I was just like, yo, does that mean you still love me, but you gonna get me caught up? Is that what that means? That's what I would have thought. What are you doing? Why am I here? You know who I'm running from. Why did you bring me here to these people? This is like, now, first of all, I just found out that you are part of the ops, right? I just found that out like minutes ago.
Yeah.
And now you got me in front of these people that I've been running from, and you whisper in my ear, who am I? I'm supposed to trust you now?
Okay, so
now if you would have said play along, totally different story.
Okay, so this
to me just
the reason why. So
everything is bad is something. What's bad is good. What's good is bad. That's what that meant. But I'm like, that could have meant a lot at that moment.
So play along and everything is both is kind of equal in that moment.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you why. Your reaction to me almost saying where that hard drive is was to get loud and run up and hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Loud. This is a moment. You loud. But then and after hitting me and trying to pick me up, you whisper, everything is both. You're whispering this for a reason because only I can hear it. You're whispering this so only I can hear it. Which means that it's a reason you're doing that. It ain't so you can be like, everything is both. I'm gonna take you outside and kill you. There's no reason. You already put on the show for everybody. But for the fact that you're whispering just to me, that means something. That means something different. I'm not saying I'm calming all the way down, but it's gonna make me think like, what are you doing? Like you this dude wants to kill me right here. You pulling me out of here.
Why did he take that girl to Scar, man?
Because he had to.
Why?
Because okay, so let me he's part of the search party. He's part of the three dudes that's supposed to bring back this hard drive.
He has plans on screwing Scar by
listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
Go ahead,
Scar's supposed to have this immaculate reach. Scar's supposed to be all powerful. If Scar finds out I double crossed him, now Scar's after me.
Like how he is.
But no, but he's not. If I do this plan, if I make it seem like I'm still down with Scar and I got rid of this girl and now Scar's looking at me to find this hard drive, the power's in my hands. Scar's not looking at me like he double crossed me. Scar's looking at me like, man, you better find my hard drive.
How long is he gonna have to look for this hard drive, bro?
Until I figure out a way to kill Scar.
He could have killed him then. He could have found, like, while he in there playing, he could have found a way to get Scar up out of there. That should have been the plan. Just like,
how?
I don't know, bro. Like,
Scar in there 4 deep. Duh. And my girl is on the ground right there. He ain't John Wayne. This is a realistic movie that he ain't no sharpshooter.
This is a movie. Everybody's a marksman, bro.
No, it's not. It's not, man.
All I'm saying is, if he wanted to screw Scar over, right? He should have just figured out a way, because his aunt is already powerful. They could have figured out a way. Her aunt and his aunt and their clique could have figured out a way to take Scar out while they got his stuff. They could have just took over his whole operation, but he decided to go right back to Scar and pretend like he was going to shoot this girl. That was a risk that he didn't have to take.
It was a risk, yes, but
that was a big risk that could have got him killed easy.
But he's in love.
That's where we're going.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you how it happened. He loved her so much that he's willing to put together this plan. You're right. He's risking her life. But now Scar's not thinking about her because Scar thinks she's dead.
Risking his.
Yeah, for her.
All that girl had to do was scream a little bit when he shot in the car.
Nah.
That's too much risk, bro. It's too much risk to slap a girl, take her outside. You didn't put her on. She's not unconscious or nothing. You got to drag her all the way to the car, and now she's just not saying nothing.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I think that you're still a part of them.
Not
why am I
he
not
whispered
talking?
in her ear.
Everything is both.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. Like everything is both is what set everything up. I can see if they were talking about that a lot in the movie. Like they said it one time, and I know what it meant. So
Yeah.
it's like if he would have told her, he would have just like, when I say this, this is what that means. That's code word for this, right? Like
He could have said anything, man. He could have, for the fact that you whispered instead of you was just yelling. You was just bucking in front of everybody, but then you come whisper this so can't nobody hear you. You're doing that for a reason.
Man, agree to disagree. Everything is both.
Yeah. You're right.
Because there were a lot of holes in this for me. But at the same time, I did not enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? Like it just got up to a point where I'm just like, yo, this is cold, end it. And then it went further, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like this is where they're gonna go with it. Like maybe they're gonna show something else. I don't know what they're gonna show, but I wasn't expecting them to do that part. Like
I'll tell you this
ending. Like I like the fact that they kind of gave you a backstory when he was saying like, oh, it stinks at the car, or I hit a skunk, or when he.
Oh, I knew that too. I was like something in that trunk.
Or when he bodied the old girl, the stripper girl that took the money the first time. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like I like that. I like that they're showing that he was a part of it. But this whole like love story at the end, I wasn't feeling it. I was okay with the ruthless ending. Like, girl, like you know who you got in the car with. Everything is because that is still the title still goes. Everything is both.
Right. It would have. I'm not saying it could have ended right there in that restaurant when he was breaking down and they came and snatched her. It could have. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I would definitely be upset if this wasn't a setup for making a part 2.
I mean, you never. I know it's coming, but I just felt like okay, like now the movie is going to be him pretty much on the run.
No.
Like, and like trying to find, because this movie just lets you know that it's not about the movie, it's about the sequels, right? Like okay, like we're trying to build something for more pay, which is great. You're a director, you need more movies, you're gonna try to make the most out of this one. Great. But it pretty much it impacts the story now. Like now the story is not as great as it could have been, you know what I mean? And that's the messed up part about it.
Though.
It is what it is, you know what I mean? It's like I'm not gonna get upset at somebody trying to make more money out of a story, but the story was fine, and you're trying to stretch it. You don't have to stretch the story anymore. Like just make another movie. But I'm not the director. I'm not the writer. I'm not in his position. You know what I mean? So if it was me, I'd probably do the same thing because it's about money, right? It's not about the story.
I completely disagree.
It's not about the story at this point.
It is.
It's not. You know, it's not about the story.
It is, man. I'm telling you. You know, I'm not gonna lie. And the story is, story is important to me. Like you said, it could have ended that restaurant. That would have been cold. That would have been cold. I'm not gonna lie to you. That would have been like a cold movie. Like, ooh, everything is both. He played her from both sides.
Yeah,
but
they could have still did a part 2.
I don't know if that would have. Okay, so you're saying do a part 2 and pick up from where it actually did. So you wanted to see after he pulled her out the truck what happens next. That would have been the part 2. Like so everything from after that restaurant continue into the part 2.
So after the restaurant is just cut off. Like you don't know where you don't know if the girl died. You don't know what happened. You just know that he's the bad guy. And then they took him. He's a part of that operation. I still would have been okay with watching the second part of that. It's like, ooh, like, like what happened? Like, I wonder if she survived. I wonder if she got away. I wonder if, like, he gonna try to get her later. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But don't give me that extra, like, that she didn't say nothing before the trunk and then she didn't scream after the trunk, after the gunfire. Don't give me.
So for me, it could have stopped at the restaurant and that would have been cold. The fact that they did the rest the way they did, and then at the end he's hugging her. Everything is set up for there to be a war, not for him to be on the run. Everything is set up for because his auntie made all these connections, these calls. Now she got an army wherever she is. Scar is on this side. He got his army already. They still haven't said anything about the 2 dudes that was ready to switch on them too. Them Timberland and JL Felony, they still there. They haven't said, because they was plotting on doing the same thing Jason Mitchell did with him, but he just happened to go off and do it on his own.
They just wanted the 80K.
Huh?
They just wanted the 80K and the bounty on old girl's head. They wasn't even thinking about the drive.
No, they was talking about the drive. They said that was the discussion. They was like, we trying to get that drive. And then dude was like, split it 3 ways. He's like, no, we're gonna split it 2. So they was like, we just gonna kill
I don't
Jason
think they was talking about the drive. They were too dumb to even figure out what to do with the drive, low key. Like they were talking about that 80 bands plus the bounty that was on her head. They was going like, because the Scar was supposed to pay them money.
Yeah.
That's when they were talking about 3 ways splitting. Like you can't split a drive 3 ways because you don't know what to do with it.
You could, but no, I see what you're saying. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. But either way it goes, it's set up for a war now. Jason Mitchell's not going to be on the run from Scar because he got his auntie who got all of his power over here. He's going back there. Scar gonna find out like, oh, where are you at? Did you find my drive? But by then, her operation's already booming. So now I got the operation over here.
Think about if he would have left old girl in Florida, right, with his auntie, and then they would have just attacked Scar, and then that would have been it. Like, why did he have to? I just don't understand why he had to bring the girl back. That was just it was too risky for his plan.
He had to close that door. He had to stop them from looking for her, and still show his face to be like, oh yeah, you still down with me. So now it's like I don't. So now it's not like they're gonna be like, he gonna be like, y'all go follow him to find the drive. He trusts him enough to find that drive because he didn't already in Scar's mind, he'd improved his loyalty by bringing this girl to me and killing this girl. Though, like you said, it's like, why'd you kill her? She's the only one who knows what the drive is. But now I got enough trust to be like, all right, I trust you to go find this drive instead of being like Timberland jail felon to go follow him.
I'm gonna let you know.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna let you know how it's gonna start. The next one.
Go ahead.
Scar does not trust Jason Mitchell anymore because Jason Mitchell did something that didn't even make sense. He shot this girl, the only person, because it's like we could have tortured this girl until she told us where the drive was. Like that's what I think that's what because that was his plan, right? He shoots her and he says, I'm gonna find it. We've been looking for this drive for three days. Now you're talking about you about to leave and go find it. He's not going to give him that much time to find this drive.
He's not. I agree with that.
Yeah. So not only is he going to have him tracked, have them dudes looking for him, or he's only going to give him a few hours. I mean, like 24 hours.
Hell, nah, I don't think that.
Like, bro, where you at? What's it looking like? Like, it don't. It's not. If dude is as smart and as diabolical as he appeared to be, he's not going to let bro get away like that easy. And let him just kind of go on a free-for-all to find this drive after he's been looking for it for how many days? It just seems too. It's. I don't know, man. It don't seem like it makes sense. It's just a movie, right? But at the same time, it's just like I feel like that's how it's gonna start. I don't feel like he's just gonna let Jason do his thing while Jason plans to kill Scar.
I think Auntie's been having everything set up to go. To make her sales, she got all her connections. She's already building the army while he's doing the turn her in thing. This is already happening in the background. So he goes back, he gets comfortable with Auntie. Then he I say he give him like a week to where he gets restless, like, man, where is my drive at? And then Jason Mitchell flips. You ain't getting it back. Then the truth comes out for them.
Jaquavius Coleman, the writer of this movie. I'll be watching the second one. Don't get me wrong. I want to see it. I'm just upset it didn't end the way I wanted to. I just think it would have been a better movie to me. Was one person. Lamar liked it.
I did, man. I like how you did that. But I'm not disagreeing with you. It would have been cold-blooded if they ended at that restaurant. Yeah. That would have been the coldest. Yeah. That would have been the coldest.
Because it all came full circle. I was like, oh, this is dope. Like delivering tomatoes. She knew what it meant. She was like, why are we in Atlanta? And they took her and he was crying. Hey, yo, Jason Mitchell, is Jason Mitchell a really good actor or he just know how to cry on command?
No, he's a fantastic actor.
Because dude, he don't say too much. Like this whole movie, he didn't say anything that was just like, oh man, that was, But when he cried, it stands out. You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
He know when it hit them tears.
He's great. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
I appreciated the ending. I appreciated it because it's like, where do we go from here? I like the setup and how the twist goes, and then how the twist again goes. I liked all of that because I'm like in this. I'm saying that would have been a dope ending for that restaurant thing, but to me, emotionally, it wouldn't have made sense. It wouldn't have made sense because, dude, I'm like, you in love with her. She didn't learn your whole background. Your auntie loves her. For you to just be like, I'm so loyal to this dude that I'm gonna let him kill her, don't make no sense.
That's why he cried.
For me personally, it's like you can't end like that. So like, oh, you just gonna let dude take your girl and kill her? Nah, no. Keep writing.
He wanted the money.
Nah, no, man.
It was already a bounty on her head. He could have gave him the drive and got paid off or whatever. You know?
Nah, dude was in love with her.
How you fall in love with a girl in 2 days?
It wasn't 2 days.
3 days.
It wasn't even 3 days. Longer than that.
He was like, man, I've been with this girl for 3 days, and he shot in the trunk.
They got close.
Dude, she had a boyfriend that she was smashing less than a week ago.
A pimp.
She was in love with that man. That man saved her life, bro. And she gave old bro the draws the next day. There ain't no love in the heart of the city. You ain't gonna tell me that just because you had a road trip with this girl and that you've been plotting to low key, like, because in the beginning, that means like the first couple of days, the first 2 days, there's no way he could have fell in love. He didn't fall in love until he smashed, which was like the day before he turned her in.
You can fall in love without having sex. They was developing something. Hey man, I believe you ain't finna talk me out of it, man. I'm not budging on how I feel about this movie. Period.
Happy birthday.
Period.
Happy birthday. You know, let's get to this rating, man. Because like I just disliked the ending. Everything else was pretty cool. I just like the ending was just.
Let me ask you though. Let me ask you. So if part 2 is good enough, do you forgive the ending of part 1?
No, it's a totally different movie. It does not make sense unless he tells the girl already that, hey, this is gonna happen. Like, I have to do this, and she's crying like, no, we can't do this, and then they do it, and then try to get away and do that. But like all of this, it just seemed like it was way too risky for the reward, I guess.
Look. So
he could have got both of them killed.
So if he listen though, if he would have slapped her venomously, then looked at her and winked.
Not enough.
Not enough either?
Dude, think about where your heart and your mind is at this point. You've been running from these dudes are trying to kill you. They killed your dude, not your dude, but they killed her dude like a day or 2 ago. On cold blood, you saw him. And now you're in you've been running from them this whole time. You saw them a couple of times, it made your heart stop. And you finally met somebody that you're thinking is going to save you, that's supposed to be your protector, put you in front of them.
No, I agree with everything you're talking about.
It's like, dude, I don't know what, my mind is all over the place. I'm just like, I don't trust anybody. If I get my hands on a gun, I'm shooting this whole place up. I don't care who's in.
But that is all out of that one. Him whispering in her ear like that is the one thing that's out of the norm of what's going on in the situation right now, which is a standout. I understand the emotional breakdown, fear, I'm panic. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to tell everything, but just that one moment of whispering anything, the whisper of it, the whisper means I don't want nobody else to hear this but you. It's different. Hey, I don't care what you talk about, man.
Whisper in your ear.
Yeah.
Something you might like to hear. He should have did that.
And that would have been the same. She'd have been like, that's our song.
You know what would have been different to me? I think if everything was both would have been said, right? This is a small detail. Everything is both would have been said. Threw her in the trunk, pretend like he shot her. Then when she got out the car, she kind of was just like, oh, did we make it? Are we safe? You know what I mean? But she like low-key still didn't know what was going on. She was just like, I can't believe you, Jason. He was like, yo.
She don't get up. Regardless of what.
Look at that ending. She is upset. She don't know what's going on. She thinks her life is still in danger.
Listen to what I'm saying. Regardless of him saving her in that moment and putting her in that trunk, she's still like you said, you double crossed me. I haven't forgiven that just because you saved me in this moment. But in this moment, I'm gonna play the role because I don't want to die. I don't want to get killed. So what I'm gonna slap on you? Oh, he whispered in my ear, y'all. He trying to his auntie got it. I ain't even gonna do that. I'm trying to get out of here.
Everybody would have knew before I got to the trunk.
Florida
zip code 77999.
He would have put the gun under her chin like, you gonna die for real now.
You would have died first because I'd already thought I was dying. I'd be like, he got to drive. We had to drive the whole time we gave it to his auntie.
But now he kill you, and it's your word against his. Because after he kill you, she crazy, man. I don't know what she talking about.
I think the next movie. I said the episode. Now if it was episodic, it would have been different.
Nah, man, I don't want to hear that, man. Say what you about to say.
Totally different story.
Nah, go ahead and say what you were saying. Nah, I don't want to hear it, man.
Yeah, whatever. I think the next movie, he's gonna be just like, did you hear what she said? She said pretty. I think he know who pretty. He gonna know who pretty is because she's big.
You think so? You think Scar?
Yeah, he's like, she's big time. He's just like, she said pretty. I think like I think that's gonna happen.
That could be too. That could be a part 2.
Yeah, but anyway,
either way it goes, man. If there is no part 2, I got an attitude. I'll tell you that right now. But we can get to these ratings.
Everything is both.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good and trash.
You don't. Man, get out of here, man. Hey, I like it, man. I know you don't want me to rate first. You know what my rating gonna be.
Man, if you get this off for it right.
Why? Hey, run up. Do something about it.
I'm coming to Oakland, man.
Run up, man.
Oh man. All right. My rating for this is right. I'm on the edge of this one, but I'm gonna give it a right.
Let me pull up my rating thing before I do this.
You know what? I'm gonna go back. Let me go back to that last one. So
redo the whole thing, man. You can't do it like that.
Okay. So right. I
Got you. I'm giving it a right.
was about to say, man, you better not get that straight.
You let me rate how I rate, man. Get out of my business.
Tired of you, man.
Get out of my business, man. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Like at first I was just like, okay, like the acting wasn't bad. Like I actually liked the acting in this. So I was like, I can't just give it a good, like I actually was, moved by some parts or whatever. The writing was cool. Some of the dialogue was a little too much. Like that one little part with Scar talking to a boy, that was the only part that probably took it the other right away. Kind of threw me off a little bit. And the story had a few holes in it, so that's why I gave it a and I didn't like the ending. To keep it real, that's just me though.
Yeah, I didn't see no holes in the story. I'm more so concerned on if they do a part 2. If they don't do a part 2, I feel like it's a tragedy.
If they don't do a part 2, it's a tragedy.
Yes,
got you.
Because it's just because like if you want to do a part 2, give me a montage of everything getting set up. Like I don't know. I don't know what I needed for it to be. If there's not gonna be a part 2, you write ended at the restaurant.
Part two could like be way better than part one by just like kind of closing the the holes up and making things make sense in that last part to me. But it's still not gonna make number one better. But part two can be good because the way they set up or they close the holes in part one.
I don't see no holes in part one, man. I don't see no holes in it.
I see holes everywhere.
Everything is both, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, I mess with this movie, man. I appreciate the ending if it's a setup for a part two for sure.
It was a good watch, man. I recommend it, because somebody's gonna I feel like somebody's gonna get to the ending and be just like, what? And then other people will be just like, oh man, like another twist, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's not a bad watch.
No, it's definitely a good movie to me. And it was produced by Jason Mitchell. And dude, I think he produced it too. What's his name? Scar.
Barton Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Check it out.
So do a part two, man.
On Tubi.
Do a part two, man. I'm with it.
It's coming.
I'm with it. Brian be hating, but I'm here for the people, man. It's people out there agree with me. They be scared to talk because Brian got all his animosity when he when he attacked.
Everything is still both. This is what's the next one's gonna call. I was like, man, if y'all don't get out of here with that, man.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back wherever. If you there, drop your comments below. We want to see what y'all thought. Get that hate out your heart.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.